important lab. Just start the lab. So I already, opened this 276 lab. So I started this lab by clicking this start lab. So I'll go through the objectives basically. So this is orange now. So network hardening using Amazon Inspector and the AWS Systems Manager. So here, securing an infrastructure can be challenging for any company. Companies use many tools to audit networks and find network vulnerabilities and systems applications. This process takes significant time and effort. So in this lab, you are basically a new security engineer for a company called as any company. You need to identify weak areas in the company's network security and update any company's environment for better efficiency optimization. So imagine that you are a security administrator. You need to figure out and bring out some network weakness, vulnerabilities. You will use Amazon Inspector to do this. Okay. So Amazon Inspector, what does it do? It runs scans that analyze all your network configurations, such as security groups, network ACLs, route tables, and internet gateways, all the important networking elements together to infer the reachability. I mean, any external data to infer. You don't need to send packets across VPC. Okay. And to see all this, it's like a packetless network mapping and reconnaissance tool. So from AWS Inspector, you will use this network reachability package to analyze your network configurations to find out security vulnerabilities and EC2 instances in your. So these findings of this, please remember this, you do multiple times. As I mentioned, this lab is very, very important lab. Lab 276, 277, 278, 279. See, all these labs are important ones. Colored. Security is very, very important. So configure your AWS Inspector. You will learn about that. Maybe you can also learn about finding your inventory. Run an agentless network audit, investigate the results, scan results, and update the security. See, you are getting some vulnerabilities. Imagine that. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 high vulnerabilities, medium, etc. So based on that, you need to take responses, actions. I mean, updating the security groups accordingly. And then again, you can run, the scan results to see whether the the vulnerabilities are minimized. Finally, you have to log in your application server instance using systems manager sessions. We will learn that. That is not a big thing also, the last part, sessions manager. So you have 45 minutes of time to do that. So the environment is very simple. There are 2 servers instances which will be created for you. One instance is called as a Bastion server in a public subnet. So Bastion is always in the public subnet, always. The other instance is called as an app server, which is in the private subnet application. It can be a database application, etc., like that. Bastion servers are servers used to manage access internal or private networks from an external network, that is using internet. We use that. They are sometimes called as jump boxes because Bastion servers are often accessible from the internet. Okay, they typically run a minimal number of services to reduce the attack surface. They also commonly used to proxy and allow communication, such as. So imagine a Bastion server and an app server, 2 servers, 2 instances are there. Bastion server can be accessible via internet, whereas your app server cannot be accessible. So all the backend components such as EC2. Now, so once you get all these things, you can get into the console once it is green. Yes, it is ready now in my case. So task 1, view EC2 instances and tag tags. We will learn about how to add tags. We know that the tagging, only one tag, but how to add multiple tags to a instance, we will learn about that. So this is not a big thing. And once you've done that, we have most important one is configure and run your inspector. So this is task number 2, and the inspector findings is task number 2 followed up. So task 4 is updating the security group, and task 5 is the replace the Bastion server with the systems manager. We will be doing that. So that's all about this particular exercise. Very, very important. So we will start with task 1, that is tagging. So for that, click this AWS icon. So it will open a new tab. So it will take at least 5 minutes to start the lab. So already we have started this lab. So the first task is you can go to EC2, and then there is a Bastion server. Instances. So there are two servers already for you created, Bastion server and apps.
Sir,
Yeah, if you are ready, I'll wait. Sorry?
Sir, could you slow down for a moment? Our lab is not yet ready.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. So you should have started along with me. It will take 5 minutes of time. So this Bastion server, you see this, there are two servers here. Bastion server has a public IP as well as private IP. Whereas your app server, which is there, the second one, which may not, this one also has public IP, private IP. But this is meant for your application running actually. So if all of you are ready, then we will learn about tagging, this particular exercise.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everyone ready? Very, very important lab, I tell you. With this single lab, you can even update in your resume saying that I am familiar in vulnerability scanning. AWS Inspector is also a very popular tool. Yeah, just let me know once you are ready.
Ready, sir.
Okay, Gunal, ready?
Ready, sir.
Ready, sir.
Okay. Yeah, anyone else wants me to wait? Okay, fine. Just select this Bastion server and select these tags. Select these tags. You can see that there are already some name. I mean, name and a Bastion server. You can see one tag has been mentioned here. So if you want, you can add more tags also. So manage tags. You can see that there is one name and Bastion server. This Cloud Lab and so and so. These two are defaultly added. So more tags if you want to add. So manage tags and just say key value is security scan and value is true. So add a tag, add a tag. So this one is, we can say key security scan. This is a tag security scan and say value as true and say save. True. And say save. See, tagging means adding an identity to the server, nothing more. We are adding an identity, additional identity. You can add any several number of identities. So this is for the Bastion server. You have added this tag. Now you see that there is a name Bastion server which is there. You see this security scan also has been added. You can see at the bottom security scan and true. The key is security scan and true. This completes task number 1. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just you can duplicate this one. Keep it aside. Instance part is now done. So this is instance part. You can leave it. Second one is that you go to inspector. Inspector in services. In services, you can see in security and identity and complement. You go over there and you see I for inspector, HI. Inspector. So in inspector also, what do? Don't say this particular one. Okay. We want a classic one. Click the 3 lines. Again, I show you. Click the 3 lines. Switch to inspector classic, the older method. Like this, it should be. Okay, ready everyone? Inspector.
Yes, sir.
So the caption of this AWS Inspector is enable you to analyze the behavior of your AWS resources and help you to find potential security issues, any security issues across the network or across your system. So the process is install, run, and analyze. So you install this inspector agent in your server and then run your inspector service and then analyze your findings. So that is how. So what you can do is that just get started. See this one, get started. So choose this advanced setup, point number 18. Advanced setup. Don't select any of this. Select advanced setup. It will ask more questions in advanced setup. You see this, define an assessment target. We need to assess target first. Define. Okay. There are 3 steps here. Define and define the assessment template and then review. We can run even the assessment also. So the name itself you can enter as network audit. Network audit. Sorry. Remove of this name, give network audit. And also, rather than doing for all the instances, untick this, and in the key, just select for security scan. That is for which value? That is for which value? That is for the Bastion server, right? So here also just select this true. That will inform, that will indicate that you are only selecting Bastion server. If you are giving this particular scan value, key value to a different server, both the servers will be selected. Is this clear? Why we have selected this key? I mean tag. So this will select
only Bastion server.
Bastion server will be selected. So yeah, clear the checkboxes, all instances. We have done this. Clear the checkbox, install all agents. So not this one also, remove this particular one. We don't require this one, install all agents and say next and say next. We are selecting what should be our targets. Yeah. So here the name is assessment template default. You change this one, assessment template network. Instead of giving as default, just specify as template. Network. And select this. See, there are various type of scans basically. Leave network reachability selected, but close all. See, various type, common vulnerabilities you want to do, CAS operating system, network. So he asked us to do only the basic one, just into all the things. Into all the security best practices. No, network reachability is enough for us. So for this particular one, we are doing a scanning, network scanning, okay, of Bastion server. Network reachability scan we are doing. Network reachability scan we are doing. So you want to do periodically, you can select every 15 minutes. So it will do 1 hour means 1 hour, 15 minutes means normally every 15 minutes it will do a network reachability scan. Okay, to your host. Fine. So clear the checkbox for assessment schedule. We don't want any schedules now. Every 15 minutes it will do a scan. Right, and say next. So this is the last part, review. This is the last part, review and say create. You should also see success notification. So scroll down and say create. So it's creating all this type of scans. Yes, you should see a success message at the top. Assessment run started. It has already started now. So we have created a rule, okay, for the Bastion server to do what is that? Basic network scan, and the network scan has started to the server. It is now like your antivirus, which is doing scanning. It is doing now scanning. So once the scanning is over, so the status you see is collecting the data now. collecting the data. Once it is done, it will tell you the scan is completed or something. Try to refresh also, it will tell you the status. So it is analyzing. So earlier phase was collecting data, now it is analyzing. Now it is analyzing. So also you can see analyze complete. You can see this analyze complete status. So assessment runs, choose this in the row so that you can initiate the expand and show status at the top to see the close. So once your status is analyze complete, choose the findings. So analyze complete is done. Choose analyze complete is done. You can play, you can just click this play button. You can see these findings. You can see this finding. There are 3 findings, means 3 vulnerabilities are figured. So just scroll down. It started at 12.9, it completed at 12.9. So this is the target name is network audit, template is so and so, network reachability scan. There are 3 findings. 3 findings. I mean 3 vulnerabilities are figured in your server. Is this clear? Everyone got these findings as 3?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, other than Asif, yes.
Yes,
Very
sir.
important exercise.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
let us now figure out the next topic, that is analyze the findings. Analyze the findings. So there is AWS agent ID. You can see here. Once you click this particular one, you can see this agent ID also. You can even download the report also as needed. This is the report. I'll also show you. And you can present it to the customer. Full report if you want a PDF, you can generate a report. So there are 3 findings. I'll show you. So this report you can present it to your security team. Basically, they have to figure out. There are 7 pages. Start and run. This is your executive summary. There are 2 informational network reachability categories also produced: high, medium, low, informational. So you can see this. What type of instances there are 2. There is 1. I mean network reachability informational 1 failed. This is 1. 423 also is there. Finding details. So yeah, this is the report which is there. Now let us go through a bit more. So recommendation, you see this, choose expand. You should see the following. AWS agent ID shows you the affected EC2 instance and description and recommendation. What is that?
Sir, shows agent.
Okay. Yeah. This is your instance. You can see app server, Bastion server. Yeah, let me click this Bastion server. It will show the Bastion server findings. Or just click these findings. This is enough. It will show you all the findings. Yeah, there are 3 findings here. You see, high, medium, and informational. Did you all see? Severity: high, medium, and informational. Yeah. For a medium, TCP port 22. Okay. For a medium. For high, did he mention? Expand to the medium security findings. Medium is this one. Expand this one. You see this. This is medium. This is medium. This is port 22, which is associated as such, is reachable from internet. That is the finding. This one can be accessed via internet using port number 22. That's what is the finding. Medium alert. Okay. So now what he means is that you explore what is that, the other findings also which are there. So this is one finding. There is also another finding which is called as a high finding. High is network reachability. TCP port 23, which is associated telnet, is reachable. Telnet is enabled in your server, port number 23, which is dangerous. That's what he means to say. That's why he mentioned as high. This is one vulnerability. This is the second vulnerability. And this is informational. There is another vulnerability which is called as informational. Informational may not
Sir.
be that much, right? Yeah.
Sir, show detail is written in JSON.
Once again, I show you. Once again, I show you. There is a concept called findings here. Assessment runs. Did you see this assessment runs? 3 like this, you got it right?
Yes, sir. No, sir, I am not asking this. Sir, I am asking that in the assessment, if I'm clicking the medium or high one, there is another tab inside it that is written.
The findings, right? In this, if I show you medium, yeah, where is that JSON?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Show detail one. Show detail.
Okay. The same activity, yeah. The details of this particular finding of the server and instance and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's okay. That's okay. So understand that there are 3 findings here. Please understand. The first is that the report what you get, you need to understand about the finding. There are 3 identified vulnerabilities which has figured in your network. One with identified as high. The second one is medium. The third one is informational. Okay. So normally high and medium should be immediately taken action at the earliest. Informational, subjected to, it's not a major vulnerability which will happen anything. It's only an information. So anything low informational need not panic. But high means we have to take action immediately. So what is this medium? First, let us go through this medium. Understanding the vulnerability report is very, very important. So just to go through with the description, this is a medium vulnerability. He has mentioned is finding is instance so and so where TCP port 22 is associated with SSH is reachable from the internet. I mean, port number 22 is open and it is reachable by the internet. So you can install Inspector agent on this instance and reassessment process on this so and so. So what we need to do, we need to modify the security group. So he's asking you to modify the security group and edit inbound rules. One is that delete this port number 23 and in port number SSH. Second thing which he wants to say is that to update my resource, remove this inbound 000 and give my IP. Okay, only your IP address. Let us do that. Go back to instances. Select this ECR Bastion server. Ready, everyone? So we have these findings. We need to basically mitigate, I mean, to cover up all these findings. We have select this Bastion server, go back to security and click the security groups, security group, Bastion security group. So he asked to do certain things. Edit this inbound rules. Yeah, this port number 23 is open, which is not supposed to be. This is very, very vulnerable port. So he asked you to delete this one. Okay. And this is SSH. And this is accessible via internet. So he asked you to reduce the security. This is a medium error. So into this 00000 and say my IP, only my IP is to be given and say save rules. Save rules. So these two are more or less, we have done this access. Rescan the environment. Rescan.
What is the my IP, sir? What is the my IP?
Yeah, my IP.
Yes, sir. What is my IP?
My IP means only you can access. That instance, only you can access from your system. Your public IP
Okay,
should.
and meanwhile that we are using only our public IP address, right?
That's all. Only one public IP will be mapped rather than selecting for all.
Okay, sir. Okay. So we are not allowing traffic to the outside world as well. For the vulnerabilities.
Only, but outside world only one specified IP. Not for all, not for global.
Actually, I didn't get that, sir. Why? Because we deleted the security inbound rules and we removed that anywhere also we removed that.
See, SSH is a secure port only. But still,
Yes,
why
sir.
should you give everyone access to the internet?
Okay.
Why should you give access everyone, any part of the world? Rather than that, if you select any one person, that particular IP, you give that.
So we are giving the IP address, a particular IP address to the person who wants to access.
That's all. Restricted
Okay.
access. It is preferred.
Okay. Okay. Clear, sir.
Right. So now we did a scanning. You see this one, assessment runs. So this is one scanning which we done. We'll again scan once again. We'll again scan, right? So scanning once again. Where is this run?
Sir, we have to choose
Select
that
it,
one,
sir.
sir. We have to choose
Select
that select
Yeah, template.
assignment tablets, select go
And run. And run. This time, let us see how many, what we call as rules. I mean, how many number of vulnerabilities we there. We try to mitigate, I mean, cover up all the scanning. I mean, all the vulnerabilities. Let us see. So there are two runs which has happened now. Two runs. You can see this assessment runs. The first time runs had 3 findings. That is 12.9 we have scanned. The second time when we had scanned at 10 to 12.20, you have 0 findings. You have 0 findings, nothing. Nothing. You see this one? There is nothing, no findings. Is this clear? You have fixed all the issues. You have fixed all the issues. Understood? This completes task number 4.
I've done it in assessment template, sir, but it shows in assessment runs also, sir.
So in the assessment template, yeah.
I've done it, sir. I've run the assessment templates as well, but it was also showing assessment runs. Both
Okay.
are simultaneous, parallel, sir.
So did you get 0 now?
Assessment analyzing is assessment evaluation 0, sir.
Assessment runs.
And the analyzing complete assessment is 3, sir.
The first
Same
time
wall
3.
as
First
you can.
time it is 3. Second time it should show you 0.
Yes, sir. It is. Yes.
0. If it is coming to 0, then you have fixed the vulnerabilities. You have fixed the vulnerabilities. Right. So now,
Sir, first time I got 3, then again the second scan which I did after changing is second. Now I have done it is coming 0.
0. Then that's correct. You have fixed the issues. You have fixed the issues.
Yes.
That is about vulnerability scan. Basic network scan which has been told. You can do other kind of scans also later. Right, that completes our AWS Inspector. So let us understand this Bastion server with the systems manager. Okay, systems manager. So what we are going to do, select this EC2, go back to EC2. Security groups. Yeah. Where is that? Yeah. So security EC2 security groups. So there is one security called as Bastion server. Edit inbound rules. Yeah, select this. Okay, inbound rules and edit inbound rules. Select this one, which we have given only my IP earlier. Choose delete and save rules. Choose delete and say save rules. I mean that there are no rules. There is no incoming rules at all. When you see incoming, nothing is there. Save rules. Okay. Choose instance. Stop this instance. Stop this instance. Yes, you see this one. So we have removed off port number 22. We removed port number 22 for Bastion server. So the instance is getting stopped. Yeah, with the sessions manager. Now next, connect to the application server using app server directly using the sessions manager. We have stopped this one. This is no more. Let it stop. Select your app server. Select your app server. Okay. So with the sessions manager, you can directly connect to this particular one. Let us go through that. What is sessions manager? You can see this. Connect. Just click connect. This is sessions manager. This is sessions manager. Just say connect from the console itself, not through putty. Just wait and see what is happening. Yeah, did you see the prompt? Did you see the prompt?
Yes, sir.
So you can connect using sessions manager also. Like-
Yes, sir.
You can run the following command cd and pwd. Okay. This is called as SSM. SSM, systems manager. You will see home SSM user. SSM user. This is how you can troubleshoot. See, for this, it doesn't require any port 22. Even if your SSH doesn't work, still you can connect using sessions manager. Understood about how to connect using systems manager? Sessions manager, sorry. That is systems manager.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, if we are not having SSH, then we are using connection manager, then it is the direct connection. rules.
Direct connection.
Okay, sir.
So this is for testing. But normally people won't allow. If you are having access directly without a password, if administrator can log into the server, everything he can see, right? Users will not accept. So how you are basically getting a session? This session is basically enabled through this IAM. You will be learning later. If you enable that, then only the sessions manager will work. Otherwise, it won't work.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I think that's all about this lab. So we learned about how to configure AWS Inspector, run an agentless network audit, investigated the scan results, updated the security groups, and log into an application server using sessions manager. Okay. So if you have done so, you can end lab. You can end lab.